We are live.
Yeah. Hope y'all ready. Schedule drop, guys. Tune in. I know we're coming in a little late. Giuseppe got kicked out of his other one. He had to make a new one. So Giuseppe is the reason we're coming on late.
I mean, fuck. What am I gonna do?
Late's better than never. I hope everybody out there is excited for this drop, the scheduled drop for everybody. Ready to start this season off. NFE, Northfield Comp, Northfield Rec. Hope y'all are ready, man. It's gonna be a good season.
We're gonna let some guys get on right now, and then we're gonna get going with the show in just a few minutes here.
I gotta say, some good games coming up, especially start off this season.
I mean, even just going into this season, we're talking about the beginning of the season being a lot different than a lot of others. You know, with the in-season tournament, those first 4 games of the season are going to be just that much different. And I think that it's almost like we're going to have like 2 mini playoff runs, and I'm really excited for it because I mean, I hope a lot of people realize is that like this first time around, like those first 4 games, I think we made them very competitive. As we're going to go over together as the first look as the season has dropped. And you know, we're in here, so we're going to kick off our show as we got a couple more viewers in with our intro for this year, and then we're going to get right into it. All right, we are here. We are live. Welcome to Spring 2024 Northfield. We had our amazing group of guys of 2018 sign up for this spring season. 8 in rec, 8 in comp, and 12 in rec. So, I mean, we're going into this year. I know, say what you have to say in the comments. We're going to keep that up all night long. If you want to pop in and speak your mind when we're talking about your division, we're all for it. Hit me a message. I'll get you in here. We're going to keep this on pace, though, between everything. We're going to try to give each format about 15, 20 minutes. We're going to go through that first look of the top 4. And then, of course, at our end of our show, you'll be able to go online and see the full schedule. So we'll get right into it. Jeremy, I don't know. I sent you already. Jeremy is one of the only other persons to see the schedule early on. So I think we should kick off the show and we talk with about our rec division to start it off, and then we get right into that. So we're going to go in alphabetical order. We're going to start off with that A-Town Spartans. The A-Town Spartans, first game of the season will be against the Bandits. Second game of the season will be against Meta Militia. Third game of the season will be against Menergy. Fourth game of the season will be against Intoxicated. Then we got Black Mambas. Their first game of the season against Only Hands, Rumple Pigs, Venom, Midwest Jokers. And then the Bandits are going to go be against A-Town Spartans, Only Hands, Rumple Pigs, and Venom. Caught lookings for first 4 games will be Rumple Pigs, Venom, Wild Boys, Midwest Jokers. Intoxicated first 4 games will be Venom, Wild Boys, Midwest Jokers, and A-Town Spartans. Menergy first 4 games will be Wild Boys, Midwest Jokers, A-Town Spartans, and Only Hands. Meta Militia's first 4 games will be Midwest Jokers, A-Town Spartans, Only Hands, and Rumple Pigs. The Midwest Jokers' first 4 games will be Meta Militia, Menergy, Intoxicated, and Caught Looking. Only Hands will be against Black Mambas, Bandits, Meta Militia, and Menergy. Rumple Pigs will be against Caught Looking, Black Mambas, Bandits, Meta Militia. And then Venom is Intoxicated, Caught Looking, Black Mambas, and Wild Boys. Wild Boys will then be against Menergy, Intoxicated, Caught Looking, and Venom. So that, I mean, they have a lot of good matchups in rec. I'm gonna right now. I'm gonna pull up that first games of the week right here in rec, and let's talk about week 1 and what we're gonna kind of see going into it. Let me pull it up, rec.
You know, Rec, I want to give a shout out to them for having 12 teams. Their payout is as big as Elite's payout right now.
It is. It is.
Shout out to the Rec boys for coming in, filling that up pretty quickly. You guys are playing for some cash. It's nice. I do know a couple of these teams out here. A lot of these teams have been around for a little bit. Black Mambas, Menergy, Metal Militia, and Midwest Jokers and Wild Boys. Those teams right now are kind of standing out to me a little bit, only because I kind of do know them, seen them. After that, there's a lot of looks like a lot of new teams. A team that kind of is catching my eye a little bit. I've seen them at practice a little bit. Has been caught looking. New team run by Justin Morris, and they're kind of bringing up see what they can do this year. Like you said, I think the 4 weeks looks like some pretty good games. 8-Town Spartans, another team I'm not sure about, and Intoxicated again.
Intoxicated did very good last season. They were one of the newer teams last season and came out and really definitely, I think, upset a lot of people.
But what about Only Hands? They played last year too, right? Correct.
Only Hands, they did, yes, and they're about 500 as well.
Okay.
Let's talk about that week 1's matchup. We're talking about that 8 a.m. game at Glenbar North, which is Metal Militia versus Midwest Jokers. I think that game is going to be a great, perfect game to kick off this season and set the tone. I know that Alex is thrilled to play Frank, and Frank's team is going to come out there and give a good game as well. So I definitely think to kick off the year, the Metal Militia versus Joker game at 8 a.m. will definitely be like the game to set the tone for the rest of the season.
Two teams that know each other, battled each other last year. So yeah, definitely going to be a good game to start it off.
I mean, like I said, we're not trying to take the first 4 games you're going to see are your competitive games. They're not the end of the year. So like for the first game we have again at 9 a.m. we have Bandits and 8-Town Spartans, 2 new teams that are in the league for the first time. They're going to be going against each other. So that's going to be an interesting game to watch.
Absolutely.
And then at 10 o'clock, we have Menergy and Wild Boys. That is a game that we see quite a bit. And I think it's exciting to see that as the first game of their season, especially into this tournament.
2 teams that's been around for a little bit that played each other. It's the same kind of team of keep on building every year, kind of changing some guys here and there. But quarterbacks, I believe their quarterbacks are kind of the same. Like I said, teams that have seen each other. So a couple games that you see right off the top that these are going to be good matchups, not teams that you're coming in and not knowing anything about. So that's good.
Yeah, and then following that, you have Intoxicated versus Venom. That should be an interesting game. I mean, Venom's a whole new put together squad from what they used to be after the whole incident. So he's bringing in a whole new group of guys that I think is going to be very good. And then Intoxicated themselves was a good team last year. And then we got that 12 o'clock game, which is Black Mambas versus Only Hands. Now, remind you that when we go into the website, when you see this stuff, you're gonna see that some of them, if they're after 11 a.m., that it might jump to 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. We're going to be fixing that. It's just a glitch on our website, so keep that in mind if you're looking at that. And then you got at 1 o'clock, you got Caught Looking versus Rumple Pigs, which I'm excited to see what Rumple Pigs. I mean, they're a OG team that has some new blood to it, some family generation, and I'm really think they're going to be the sleeper team, which a lot of people are not going to understand, or because they're going to come out with some old school stuff. I have a feeling.
So I believe that Rumple Pigs team, shout out to Mike Catone, that was one of his teams, I believe. And talking to him at the captain's meeting, he has his nephews, a couple of nephews playing on that team. So that's really cool to see that kind of, come full circle as well. Like I said, we're in Northfield for a reason, and Catone's the mastermind behind all that. So shout out to them for coming back and joining the league again.
Yeah, I mean, he is coming in and it's exciting. I mean, he's not coming in as like an owner or anything, so he's coming in as a player again, and I know that he's pretty ecstatic for that. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see overall, though, like what a lot of these rec teams are going to accomplish throughout the season.
Well, let me. I made an observation on Rumple Pig's first 4 games. They have Black Mambas, Metal Militia, and Caught Looking. 3 of those teams, the 3 teams I named out of the 4 teams that they play, is almost kind of a similar offense to what Mike Catone has been coming out, because a lot of those guys played on his team, kind of came up under Mike Catone. So that's very interesting to kind of look at for Rumple Pigs. Is they're going to kind of look at a kind of the same offense with a little bit different wrinkles in all of those games, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be definitely interesting to see the leagues. I'm more curious to see the stats that are going to come out of Ruck. I mean, a lot of guys have been talking on the lower level, saying how they can beat out some of these stats from these other teams in the upper divisions. So I'm curious to see who's actually going to make that shine. And then come the tournament, these teams may have not even seen that minis tournament, but who's going to be in it? I mean,
interesting.
It's going to be flag madness, right?
Yeah.
It can be really anyone.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it's rec. I mean, a lot of people can shine in rec. I like rec. It's a good way to start off, but I mean, keeping stats and saying that you're gonna have more stats than elite, it's cool. That's cool, but maybe you should be up in comp then instead of at rec. I mean, it's my opinion.
Well, I guess we're going to see what the numbers and see if it's inflated or not between the two. But Jeremy, do you want to go ahead and read off the comp first 4?
For each team.
Yeah, just go by each team like how I did, and just go over.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, comp has 8 teams. Their payout is not as much as elite
1,600
rec, but they got 8 teams this year, and some of the names on this, some of the teams, I believe it's going to be a close year too for them, because I don't see one person or one team from these teams that actually really stand out. But let's go to start off. We got Death Row. Death Row on 3-3 first game of the year. They played Dirty Birds. 3-10, they played Next Level second game. 3-17, Warriors. And then 3-24, Senators. So first 4 games, they got Dirty Birds, Next Level, Warriors, and Senators. Dirty Birds after that. Dirty Birds got Death Row first game, as we already know. Then they got the Wolverines in 3-10. 3-17, they got Midwest Bullies. And 3-24, Old Times. So their first 4 games, Death Row, the Wolverines, Midwest Bullies, and Old Times. Midwest Bullies, their first 4. 3-3, they got Warriors. 3-10, Senators. 3-17, Dirty Birds, and 3-24, Next Level. So their first 4, Warriors, Senators, Dirty Birds, and Next Level. Next Level, their first 4 games, 3-3, Old Times. 3-10, Death Row. 3-17, the Wolverines, and 3-24, Midwest Bullies. So Next Level's first 4, Old Times, Death Row, the Wolverines, and Midwest Bullies. Old Times, 3-3, Next Level. 3-10, Warriors. 3-17, Senators. 3-24, Dirty Birds. So Old Times first 4, Next Level, Warriors, Senators, and Dirty Birds. Next, Senators. 3-3, they got the Wolverines. 3-10, Midwest Bullies. 3-17, Old Times, and 3-24, Death Row. So Senators, first 4, the Wolverines, Midwest Bullies, Old Times, and Death Row. The Wolverines, first 4. 3-3, Senators. 3-10, Dirty Birds. 3-17, Next Level. 3-24, Warriors. So Wolverines first 4, Senators, Dirty Birds, Next Level, Warriors. Warriors first 4. 3-3, Midwest Bullies. 3-10, Old Times. 3-17, Death Row. 3-24, the Wolverines. So Warriors, Midwest Bullies, Old Times, Death Row, and the Wolverines. So, like I said, from just reading off those first 4 and those schedules, teams that jump out at me, obviously, Warriors, Death Row, Next Level, and Old Times. Dirty Birds, consistent team, been there for a little bit. Senators, I know they made some noise last year as well. The Wolverines, I'm not sure who they are. Midwest Bullies.
Wolverines are the branch off. They were unnecessary roughness, then merged up with Senators, and now they split again and did their own thing.
Okay, so they're split off of Senators. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I think the teams that stand out, like I said, Warriors, Next Level, Death Row, and Old Times would be my four that I would say top four of that coming out of that comp. But could be wide open. Like I said, those first four games in rec and comp right now is you kind of want to take a control of your schedule right there coming into that playing or the playing tournament. It would be nice to set your guys selves up. You kind of win some half a bid, I think it is, right? If you win that playing tournament, and then
for the next season.
for the next season. So there's some money to be won right there. But in my opinion, those are my top four out of the comp.
I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, we have the first week games floating right at the bottom. Let's talk about the first one that's coming off across our screen right now, which is the Dirty Birds versus Death Row game. I think that is a really good 8 a.m. game. It's actually going to be at 7:50. We're going to start the times at Olympic, so we're slightly early, so we give ourselves a little cushion if any overtimes goes in or in general. So 7:50 that will start, but I think that's going to be a great first game. And then we're talking about the next one we got, which is Next Level versus Old Times, which is two very good competitive teams off the bat. Especially both went far into the playoffs last season. And then we have the Warriors versus the Midwest Bullies. The Warriors, I felt like this matchup is a really good week one as well, because you got the Midwest Bullies coming off of that rec win, and then you got the Warriors who just won 2 times a rec before coming up last season.
Right.
So I think that's going to be a very good game, and it now has definitely set the tone for the Bullies as well coming into comp. And then we got the Senators versus the Wolverines game, and I think that's probably going to be one of the games of the week for comp. You got the old versus the new. You got them the split apart. I know they wanted to play each other. It's almost like that Metal Militia versus Joker's game. So I definitely think it's going to be some good games that
I hear
that week.
I hear there's kind of something that you keep saying. A lot of teams that like to play each other are going to play each other first week, is what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that
if everyone's following along out there, is waiting for Elite. Okay, kind of get the picture here, right? We got some good matchups first week to kind of get everybody entertained. This is the first week of NFB. This is the first week of Northfield Comp, Northfield Rec, and it's the first week of Northfield 35, right? So big week, guys. It's going to be some big games.
So let's talk about, going into Elite. So if people want to start talking about it, let's get this comments going. You're talking about Elite 2024 spring. We have VGs just coming off of their national title win. You have Hammer Phantoms, who just came off that long run at nationals. We got a lot of competitors. We got you guys that were just there with VGs in the ship. I mean, we have New Wave. Not a lot of people know what New Wave is going to happen this year after nationals. Then you got Not Perfect into the mix in Elite as well. So, and then don't forget about, you have Dinos and Reapers who are sitting there just right there. And I feel like they're flying just below that radar right now because of all the stuff on top. But I definitely think they're going to be making a noise that week one. Speaking of that, Dinos and Reapers, that's going to be our 8 a.m. game at Elite Week 1, Dinos Reapers.
So Reapers, first game, starting off
first
good.
Game of the week.
That's good. I got to say, Northfield Elite this year, my opinion, obviously, guys, everyone that comes on here, I know we talk about rec. I know we talk about comp, and I see make a lot of and appreciate your comments. But this is where you want to be. Right? All that talk, that guessing and opinions and stuff like this. This is where you want to be. You want to come up to Elite. You want to play these guys. Every single week is not a pushover. I say that respectively to rec, and I say that respectively to comp, and they know what it is. That's why there's only 8 teams in Elite. There's no sugarcoating this. Okay, you don't want to come up here for a reason. And we respect that too. We don't want to beat on people like LOL. We don't want to beat on people like Alphas. We don't want to beat on people like these teams that have jumped into the Elite and have been sitting out or not coming back, So we appreciate everyone that feels like they can come in, but these are the big boys. This is where it is. Every single week, when we talk about these first 4 games for every single team is going to be bangers. I'm telling you that right now. None of these teams are scared of each other. We've been doing this for a while. We know the ultimate goal at the end of the season. This is the season. right here, this just smacks everybody in the mouth coming off of nationals. A lot of this talk of where everyone's going, what everyone's doing, and what teams are going to look like. Just put up or shut up now. I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of hearing all the other stuff. Like I said, this is where the big boys play. So welcome to Northfield Elite 2024. Remember what I said, 2024. But, hey.
Well, let's talk about the first game, right? We're going to go into our first 4 games right after this, but I'm just want to get right into the week 1. Dinos versus Reapers. I think what is your guys' predictions in the comments of what this game score is going to be? I think this is going to be a very good week 1 off the gates NFE game. I think Dinos are going to come in here. They're going to bring all they got coming into their first week of NFE. And then you got Reapers, that veteran team that has been consistent at Nationals, has been consistent throughout Elite. What's your guys' predictions on thinking what is the outcome of this game going to be?
So we're talking about a Dinos team that's coming in off of Compet. They got a lot of players on that team. They got confidence in that team. They've been with each other for a little bit. They're building something, I believe, really nice over there. A couple of their guys, like I said, the guy that throws that rock and Dom, very good guy, very good quarterback back there, and he's got his guys around him. So defense at the side of the ball, they got some players over there. DB wise, you got Vel, you got Josh, you got some dogs. Also, you got some dogs over there, so they're not going to be scared of anybody. So good game coming out. Reapers is a team that is coming off of a good nationals, coming off of good summer, good fall, and they keep on adding on. So very great game coming out first week. I don't know who I got. I'm not going to lie. This is a very good game. This is my toss-up team between who's better in this two. I don't know. I haven't really figured out. I can tell you who my top 4 is.
Yes, at least still at Melrose.
With these 2 teams right here, I could believe like it's going to be back and forth. So throw it out there right now. I think Dino's going to come out hot. Dino's going to get their first win over Reapers. That's my feeling, in my opinion.
Oh man! So you're saying Dinos over Reapers? Yeah. All right. So that's going to be a definitely interesting one. I mean, I think Dinos versus Reapers in general is going to be a great open the gate to see how this NFE season kicks off in 2024. We're going to talk about the next game, which I think is a lot of people are going to be shocked about, the 9 a.m. game, which is Hammer versus VGs. So VGs opens up their game right after winning nationals against Hammer at 9 a.m. week 1. So definitely they're going to be as we're going to come to see when we're talking about that first 4, as you win national titles, as we move up, you're going to be in that category of those teams. So you're going to be seeing a lot of those same type of vibes. But then we got Hammer versus VGs. What's your take there, Jeremy?
Hammer VGs. Let me say something about VGs again. We've already congratulated them. I believe VGs is a team that's coming at you with who they are. It's just my opinion, but I don't think they're going to show anything different. They are who they are. That's the team you're going to see. You're going to see a very solid team, a team that's together, and a team that's building to try to win comp next year down in nationals. So, and then on the other side, you have Windy City Hammer. What can I say about Windy City Hammer? It's regular season. Are they going to show up? I don't know. I can't really say. They show up, they show out, they're good, right? So we said first 4 games, they kind of matter. Are they going to matter to Hammer? Like I said, that's a solid team, a team that's been around for a while, very good core, very good team that's been there, done that. Championship matter, that's a championship team over there. A lot of vets, a lot of team that's been around. I hear a couple guys coming back, maybe out of retirement or out of this. If it's true, cool, that's a good team. So first week, though, I think I'm going to take VGs only because I don't know what Hammer's going to show up with. Are they going to show up? Is the first 4 weeks going to matter to them? I'm not sure. And that's kind of crazy that we keep on saying that year in, year out of are they going to show up or are they not? But it's because at the end they show up. So, but we'll see. But I have VGs winning this game.
All right. Well, let's talk about the next game, something that you just talked about. You guys just seen VGs at Nationals, right? You guys are coming off of that. We're going to talk about seeing the same teams, and we're going to do just that. We're going to have VGs versus 4TF. Yes, VGs got a doubleheader off the bat to kick off their run from Nationals, and they're going to play their rematch of that VGs 4TF right at 10 a.m., and that's kind of going to be like our primetime game in my opinion. So, I mean, Jeremy, go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Primetime game for you guys. Appreciate that. For some people out there that kind of want to see it, but at the same time, I think we as 4TF, good to see them early. Let's get them out the way. Let's kind of move on. We would love to see them in championships. That's where we kind of want to beat them too. Great team, like I said, a VG's team that we're looking at from our standpoint is we've seen them, we played them week in, week out, down at nationals. We're going back at them. They got something we want, so we're coming. That's my opinion. Obviously, I'm not going against us. I got us against them over them. I feel like we're hungry. I feel like we're ready, and we're ready to show it. So I got us over them. But that's my opinion, obviously.
Yeah, and then I mean, I think after watching you guys both at national, I think it's going to be an intense game. I think VG's they're coming into after this title win, and we gave them that week one powerhouse where, you know, hey guys, like they're going to bounce back. They got 2 competitive games right off the bat of the season. It's in this road even to like the top 4. So it's going to be a first crazy 4 weeks, and this week 1 is just showing that right there. And then we're going to talk about that 11-man game, which is you guys as well have a doubleheader. 4TF will be versing Not Perfect at 11 a.m. So that'll be Not Perfect's first game of the season will be against 4TF. How are you feeling about this, Jeremy? Going as Not Perfect. I know you guys kind of we've talked a little bit at the bar. I mean, you guys got a lot of same type of vibes when it comes to the scheming. But what is your guys' mindset of going into this team that you guys necessarily haven't been seen against?
So I said this before, and I said this to Kobe as well, face to face. I think that it's shows a lot of balls from him and from their team, and it says something to them. From a lot of these teams, they're taking a team, they've been here before, right? They have a couple guys, they're putting this together, and they're playing in elite, and they're not joking around, right? They got guys that have been here. They have Kobe in himself, right, is a star in Northfield Elite. So right there, they got some Corey Dalton, another star, right? They have stars on that team. They have guys who've been here, so they're going to be good. They're going to be a team that will surprise some teams. But I think they're running into a buzzsaw first week. I appreciate you sending them to slaughter. But yeah, I feel like we're coming out on top. That's just my opinion. I feel like we're riding a good wave, just like VG's is coming off nationals. Again, they left with the ultimate goal and makes them, going to the next level. But we're hungry, man. We're real hungry. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. So yeah, I got 4TF winning that.
So you're saying 4TF is gonna mop the floor there with the newcomers to elite first game in.
Look, I mop the floor. I didn't slaughter. I say slaughter because we're hungry. We're coming for them. So Justin, I appreciate you listening and hearing that. Like I said, it could be 14-0, could be 16-0, could be 20. I mean, we're 24-8. I don't know what the score is going to be. I'm very honest with you. Not very good with numbers.
We're talking about some slaughters, some beating up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So does that mean that we're going to talk about this next game where they're going to be shark food for New Wave coming in at that 12 o'clock game? Do you think New Wave's going to come in here hungry and they're going to rip them to shreds, and then we really have a slaughter back-to-back games?
And listen,
games, let alone.
Let's hope that they're not looking for this next game. See, now I said slaughter. Now you got it thinking about it. Did I get you guys thinking about us before New Wave? Or you guys still thinking about New Wave? Because I know that blood's in that water, and I don't know whose blood it is right now. We'll see after this week whose blood's in the water right now, because I've been hearing a lot of things. I hear that bad blood, that broken heart, and that's because of New Wave maybe, or maybe there's some guys on New Wave that should have been over there. There's a lot of stuff going on in that game. That game's going to be very interesting. That's my game of the week. VG, nice. This game right here is my game of the week. No bullshit. I really feel like this game is going to be it's better than the 4TF New Wave rival already. So
you're saying Not Perfect versus New Wave is the new rival to keep out for?
Game of the week, bro. If you look at Facebook, bro, and you hear some of the shit that's been going back and forth between these two, I'm surprised that we don't have a fucking boxing ring in the middle of this one and give Dom and Kobe some gloves and just let them go at it, because that would be real fun too.
Kobe said, "Let me get on it" earlier, and I sent him the link. He didn't open it.
Look, this is an open forum to anybody
I mean,
right now
the
in
time.
Elite that wants to talk about this. I'm telling you guys, come on out, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Gosh,
no, seriously.
I appreciate the fuck 4TF though. I appreciate that. You are not perfect though. Can we set the record straight? Are we gonna see you week 1? Answer that in the comments. Josh. I don't know what
he's gonna be not perfect. Oh, wait, who we got here? I think we got him.
We got
hold up. All right, Kobe.
Kobe,
Let's talk about
you heard
what's going on with the not perfect new wave situation, bro?
Well, first we're gonna have to talk about this 4TF shit.
Oh, you mean the
slaughter? Say something.
Slaughter shit is crazy, bro. We gonna show up and we gonna play. It don't matter. We got the shit with New Wave, but we gonna show up and we gonna handle 4TF. So I don't know what the slaughter shit. That shit's crazy.
Maybe get handled. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. You're a new team coming out. Again, I give you the respect, but don't you think that you're going against a team that's kind of moving on the upswing? You are a team that's coming in. It is a very pieced together team. I ain't bullshit. We don't got to sugarcoat it here, right? You guys ain't coming out flying like, yo, hey, we've been together here. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Last time I seen not perfect highlights, I'm pretty sure there was a highlight of y'all getting fucking beat by Mercs. And I think some of those Mercs are now on your team, correct?
Yeah, that's facts. But what are we talking about?
I think that's the gelling factor. I mean, you're it's not like you're coming out there and you're gonna be playing a team that's not, working together and kind of building. You guys are gonna come to a team that's together. With a team that you guys are just trying to put together. How many practices you guys have?
Don't worry about that. But let's ask this question: Is Dante playing?
I don't know.
He not playing?
I don't know.
Well, if he not playing, it's gonna be a long day for y'all.
I don't know. You see, that's the crazy thing. I love how you ask about Dante, but you don't think there's other dogs on that team?
I'm not saying there ain't, but he's the
engine. Asking about one person.
You need him to win.
What do you mean? You didn't go. We went electric.
You said what?
We went electric.
No,
we don't depend on the engine, dog.
No.
Depend on some batteries, and we got some big ass batteries back there. Yeah, that battery pack is full as hell right now.
Look, y'all got
ready to go, bro. I don't know. I mean, okay, like I said, you asking a question. You asking already if Dante's playing. I can tell you who is playing. Okay, I know that Byron's playing.
Bro, look.
Stu's playing. I know that Aaron's playing. I know JD's playing. I know all these guys are playing. You anybody else? Anybody else?
Who?
Oh, you said who?
Who's he with? Oh, he's with Manny ass. Hey, Manny said he's like, get this podcast going early.
He pumped his ass up. What are you sipping on over there?
Some Hennessy.
Yeah, I know. That's why you got to. I get it, man.
But look,
okay, let's move on because you know what? You're gonna handle us.
It's crazy, Jeremy.
Hey, okay. So look, all right. I hope that's in your message board. I hope y'all feel that. So let me ask you this: since 4TF or Jeremy gave you slaughter, what y'all gonna do with New Wave?
We gonna make Dom play quarterback.
Make Dom play quarterback. Okay. Well, Dom's a quarterback. He said he top 5, not top 5. So he said he got that on lock.
He said that. Let's be honest though. What does he do outside of broken plays?
That's it though. That's all they have back there.
What does he do outside of broken plays?
G's over there. I know.
G a dog. But how many times did G get the ball with Dom? Three times in Florida.
Yeah, they gonna have X. They have Dez.
Who was Dom throwing to in Florida?
I don't know. I wasn't watching. I was playing. I ain't gonna lie.
Not to G.
Not to G.
It wasn't the Holiday. Holiday got subbed out.
So you say you gonna have you coming for his ass. You say you know exactly his weakness. Right
we put pressure on him.
He been working out, though.
Look, man, we a new team. That's cool, but we're not gonna be a pushover though. We got people that's got experience in NFE. This ain't LOL or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
I know it ain't.
I mean,
LOL.
I don't think no one said it's anything like LOL.
No.
I think that's a stretch. I mean, because you guys got the ultimate GM over there, Manny.
Oh,
where is Manny? He said he was gonna say some shit, but Manny's the GM. Manny said he got all these guys. I mean, who he got? Who you guys got? Week 1.
Who y'all want to see? Who y'all want to see? You know I'm gonna be out there. You know Corey Dalton gonna be out there. Chris Dalton gonna be out there. Lil Devin gonna be out there. Who y'all want to see?
How about we see actual touchdowns? That's
Hey,
what I
who's
want
the
to see.
quarterback? Who's the
I want
quarterback?
touchdowns. I want to see touchdowns.
Hey, I don't want to hear about no teams
Who's the
till
quarterback?
week 3 when rosters are locked because there's going to be a lot of jumping shit.
Oh shit!
Holla at me week 3 when
shit.
rosters are locked
Can we
and
get
no
some
one's
names?
jumping back and
Can we
forth.
get some names?
I just dropped you some names. Corey Dalton, me, Chris Dalton.
No, I saw jumping ship names. They jumping ship? By week
Who?
3?
No, they're not jumping ship.
Okay,
They
that's
lost
what I said.
last.
I said jumping ship. Who's coming week 3? I want to know these names he's talking about.
Who knows? You never know. That new wave room a little shaky.
Oh, my name got new wave.
Well, I know the
Oh
big
God,
question.
I thought you were going to
Hey,
say Phantom.
do you know what's going to be the real
God.
fact though? Is that you're going to see who come that deadline though is going to actually stick to it because there's that midseason prize. I mean, guys might abandon ship early on and then regret it because they want to get a little medal or something.
I think Manny's saying by week 3 though, there's going to see some major names moving to other teams as well.
Well, you don't think if someone goes 0-3 right away, people are going to jump ship?
Damn.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
Spring's always been as interesting. We've seen crazier shit happen.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be crazy when you see MP go 2-0 to start the season.
Yeah, I mean that. No matter. Speaking of the first 4 games, I mean the first 4 games, of those teams, we're going to kick it off and we're talking about that. We're talking about 4TS first 4 games where they're going to see off the bat they see VGs, not perfect, Reapers, and Dinos the first 4 games. And then we're going to look at Dinos. We got Reapers, New Wave, 4TF, and not perfect. So Dinos actually have a pretty a diverse one there. We got so then you got New Wave, who is not perfect, Dinos, Reapers, and VGs. Then you got not perfect again with 4TF, New Wave, VGs, and Hammer. So you guys actually have I feel like you guys have an interesting first 4 games, say the least.
I like it.
It's right out the gate. All these games are
Back, boom. Like I said, we said it. Every game right here.
I think every week it's going to be intense. I mean, I don't think there's one game on the schedule this week where it's going to be like, all right, this game's going to get a blowout. You know what I mean?
You know what I didn't hear? I didn't hear Phantom's name on the week 1.
They didn't.
No, they got a bye.
They have a bye week.
Hey, and
They requested it.
They weren't ready. They weren't ready.
I don't know about that. They just put in the request, just like other people have. So,
what the fuck?
well, their first game's going to be against Hammer. So, speaking of Phantoms, you got Hammer, New Wave, VGs, and 4TF.
Phantom's ready.
Well, I mean, they got their first 4 games. They got, we got Hammer, who just came back as the champs. They just seen all those teams are playing at that level. You got VGs, and then you got 4TF, all competitive games. And then you got Reapers with Dinos, 4TF, New Wave, and VGs. And the VGs with Hammer, 4TF, not perfect, and Reapers. And then Hammer has VGs, Phantoms, not perfect, and Reapers.
No, Phantoms. Phantoms has who do they have first 4?
Phantoms have Hammer, New Wave, VGs, 4TF.
Yeah. That 4TF game could mean something for Phantoms.
Well, that's the thing though is you're talking about that 4TF game. At that point, you guys can be the upside in that situation where that game counts. It won't affect you guys necessarily towards your in-season tournament record, but that can screw up their record. Yeah. So even though they have that week by week, the bye week 1, it's still every game's game. I mean, think about it. You haven't played yet. Other teams have.
Yeah, Manny, it is kind of suspect, but
nothing suspect.
They weren't ready. It's suspect. Just happy. Come on, man.
I mean, you guys are throwing assumptions that they weren't ready. They just requested.
Hold on. You're right. I apologize. Can we get Chach or Tony to get on and explain why they needed to buy first week?
They won't.
Is it going to be too cold? Is it raining? Or not enough guys? No.
There's no way. There's no way. They ain't got no solid QB.
Could it be a QB problem? Could it be?
I mean,
could it be? Could it be a QB problem?
It could be anything.
Was the QB told the wrong date?
No, season was never supposed to start the 10th. You guys put that in the head yourself.
Chach was at the meeting.
Right.
Did he find out that it was on the 10th? I mean, they did send Chach there for representative. Jocks, did you not tell them that we were starting week 3? Oh, okay.
But let's talk about that a little bit of like all the action. Speaking of action, field action media is going to be our guy out there this season. So shout out to him. He's going to be roaming between all the fields, and definitely check out for him. If you definitely see him, make sure you point to him, look towards the camera. You're going to see a lot of camera guys out there as well. So he's going to be a little bit around. So if you do see our field action media guy, make sure to say hi or anything you want, but he looks like he wants a player strike though. So I don't know about that. Kind of wrong timing for that though. Give him a shout out. I get a player strike. Damn. All right. So, but no, week 1. I mean, if you guys haven't, the funny thing is everyone's been asking when the schedule's dropped. The schedule's been dropped since earlier today on the website.
That's cap.
Yeah. No, it has been. No bullshit.
You see how Giuseppe does shit? He'd be like, 8:15 schedule drop, and then just drop it randomly.
Hey, I was wondering if anyone was gonna see it though, and no one.
What kind of ass commissioner does that? What an asshole, bro! You have people waiting 8:15. People are supposed to be sleeping right now. You got them waiting up for this.
But they tuned in though.
We apologize.
No, the full
last time we had them on for 3 hours. Now we making them wait. Bullshit.
Yeah, damn. But no, guys, we're going to talk about a little bit. Let's talk about this. Our flag madness that you can see. That is our 2024, our own version of March Madness. So flag madness is going to be our theme throughout this March season for those first 4 games, going into that in-season tournament for Elite Sunday on April 7th. It's going to be fun. And then as well as keeping stats, as we know, we told everyone, we're going to be keeping stats, having guys have to the stats regarding each week. We got X from New Wave. That'll be our stat keeper for Elite. And we have the camera guys kind of pitching as well. We are looking for extra guys that want to help out and take stats. If you're interested into live streaming or even taking the stats, let us know. We're always looking for extra people. I did not cap, no. But definitely this season's going to be interesting. But we're also going to be doing a couple of things leading up to this. I want to kind of talk about real quick is, each week we're going to do players of the week, and we're going to put that voting out there, and you guys will be able to vote each week between Monday to Wednesday for that player of the week based on stats. So that's going to be one thing. We're going to have our weekly award for offensive and defensive player of the week. So when you guys go in, you go to the website and you'll click vote, and you'll be able to right there vote for that player of the week, as well as you get to you can predict the winner for the next week. And we're going to kind of see we're going to come on the podcast and see what the winner is. And we're going to announce our player of the week each week on the podcast, as well as we're going to talk about everyone's predictions for the vote. So this year during the season, you'll be able to vote Monday through Wednesday for that. And then we're going to be on the podcast, we're going to figure it out between Wednesday and Sunday. Our goal is going to be to have the podcast early in the week as we can, or some days even on Sundays if we can get out there. We'll be out there as well doing interviews. And if you guys are interested in helping out, being a part of the media team, or interested in starting your own podcast for the league, we will give you the resources needed to do that if you do want to come on. So we are expanding our crew. We're looking for guys at all levels that are interested in the media side of it and they want to partake. We'll help you get supported each week and just get more entertainment out there, and the ability to talk about flag football. So if any rec guys are interested in making a rec only podcast or comp, I know that there's a couple guys out there that do that, but the league is here, and me or Jeremy are willing to kind of host behind the scenes or give you the tools that's needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking about besides that, I mean, it's going to be an interesting season. I mean, it's kind of open forum right now. Does anyone have anything kind of they want to say about week 1 going into it? I mean, we kind of ran through everything. The schedule, we're going to do the graphics will be out shortly this week. And it's going to be exciting. I mean, the games are going to be held at Glenbard North, Olympic, and Melrose. All right. So we'll be at one of the fields. Elite will always be at Melrose. Comp will be between Olympic and Melrose, and Rec will be between Glenbard North, Olympic, and then, of course, the Elite All-Star Sunday will be at Melrose for that. So it's going to be interesting to see everyone's playing. We're kind of see some games where you'll see some comp games later on in the season, early in the morning before Elite games. and then as well as some rec games before comp games. So it's going to be great to kind of see a mixture of everyone out there and supporting. And I'm kind of looking forward to what it's going to come out to be, especially in that rec division.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's going to be a very competitive year or a very competitive season. So good luck to all the teams this year, rec, comp, elite as well. Good luck and show out, guys.
Yeah, I mean, so just stay tuned for Facebook, guys. I mean, if anyone else doesn't want to have anything to say, that's going to be kind of it for our schedule release today. And then we're going to get right back into it with a bunch of other stuff as well throughout the week. And keep an eye out. We might have some mini online tournaments for teams. They'll be able a random 28 team draw we're working on. So keep an eye out for that as well for part of our Flag Madness and this March season kicking it off. All right, guys. Well, good luck to everyone and see everyone March 3rd. Season kicks off. So stay tuned to our Facebook page for all the different information.
All right, y'all.
All right, bro. Is that it? You're going to leave the forum?